Bunch of stocks as well holding out after their Q1 quarterly updates as well coming in. In fact, Gaurav is here from our research desk to sum up all the action. Gaurav?
Yes, in the banking space, we have got quarterly updates, and let's begin with the bank which has actually reported strong set of numbers when we talk about quarterly updates, and which is Federal Bank. When we look at advances, that grew almost by 20% on a YY basis for this bank. Even when we talk about deposit, that growth also remained at 20%. And even if we look at sequential growth, advances grew almost by 5%, while deposits also shown the same kind of growth. When we look at CASA ratio also, this bank was able to maintain the CASA ratio at a healthy level and also at the same level where we have seen in the last quarter. Coming to Yes Bank now, when we talk about Yes Bank's deposit growth, that was healthy at 20%. But when we look at the advances growth, that actually came out at 14.8%, which was actually a little lower, because when we look at the overall industry advances growth, that came above 15%. Even when we talk about CASA ratio, that remained flat for the bank. But when we look at LCR and CD ratio, we saw some kind of improvement here. That means that we may see some room for improvement when we talk about the quarters which are coming by. Next, let's talk about South Indian Bank. Here actually we saw weak set of numbers when you talk about the quarterly updates. Advances grew only by 11.3%, while deposit growth was at 8.4%. Even when we talk about CASA, that declined almost by 20 basis points on a quarter-on-quarter basis. And lastly, let's also watch out for CSB Bank, because this bank also came up with strong set of numbers. When we look at advances, that grew almost by 17.8%. This was actually led by gold and gold jewelries. And when we talk about deposits, that increased almost by 22.2%. Now, bank has actually lagged when we talk about CASA ratio, but management came to ET and they said that this quarter we saw wholesale banking advances actually slowing down for the bank, and this may remain for FY25. But they are very confident that for FY25 they will grow 1.3 times higher than the industry growth rate, and for FY26 they will grow 1.5 times higher than the industry growth rate. So definitely watching out on all these banks, because we are getting healthy set of numbers when we talk about quarterly updates.
Healthy quarterly updates that are coming in from all these banks, but we have to.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.